You say you need a timeout, think you mean a buyout, cause it's pretty clear you're on your way out. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. Say it to my face. You're sorry. And I quit my job for you, even quit some friends for you, cause you couldn't stand it, me all independent, so you had to have me for yourself. That was when I trusted you, when I could add up 2 and 2, when you promised we'd be together, you, me, forever. Now there's nothing left harsh, but I don't know how to get through to you. Because you don't seem to know that you are everything a girl could dream of. Baby, won't you hear me? Don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, won't you hear me when I say, don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, don't you talk to me that way.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love.
what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me, but I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy J Red Unfiltered, and we are back with another show. Back with another show, guys. Just I mean, this is yeah, first day of the month, April Fools. Strangely enough, I haven't been seeing a whole lot of joking around today. You know what I mean? So I can tell that life is obviously life, and for everybody else too. But I just hope you're having a great Monday, and for the people that are coming in, people that will be here, I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping through. It means the world to me because you could be anywhere, you could be doing anything, but you chose to spend a little time with me, and I appreciate that sincerely. And today, I want to have a look at the infamous Umar Johnson. And I always like examining Umar Johnson because I feel like he's a case study. And in my opinion, for all the good and the bad that he does, Umar Johnson, I feel like, it, spoiler alert, my opinions when it comes to Dr. Umar Johnson are really just this simple. I feel like he and people like him profit and make money and make a living off of the black struggle, the black plight. That means that they they literally make their livelihood is based off of the idea that there's a white man oppressing them, that there's you know what I mean, that there's some big white power structure that's working together to keep black people down and oppress black people in 2024. You know what I mean? That's what I believe about Umar Johnson. It's not about getting or actually, he's not about actually seeing the real progress of black people, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I know there's the school and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, when we look at what he teaches and what he preaches, why would his school be anything different? And the truth of the matter is, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. I'm kind of past that point in my life where I need somebody to point out some big bad villain for me to rally to their cause. And that's where I feel like a lot of black people are, and that's why they rock with Umar Johnson, because Umar Johnson is gonna give them that villain. He's gonna give them that villain, the white man. Most people got a problem with the white man anyway, so they gonna that's what they want. That's what they want. Mm, but today I specifically want to look at a conversation that Umar Johnson had with Nick Cannon. And this conversation that Umar Johnson has with Nick Cannon is over the topic of interracial dating. And given Umar Johnson's polarific and just anybody that's familiar with him is no stranger to the idea or the concept of how Dr. Umar feels about, and I feel weird calling him a doctor, but how Umar Johnson feels about interracial dating and relationships. So I think that that's something that we should take a look at. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up. All right.
Once again, we are back in session with the Honorable Dr. Umar Johnson. Man, we've been going viral. We've been having some heated conversations, some discourse, but I feel like they're all healthy.
Yes, yes.
And we left off in the last session with me asking the question, and it's even the reason why I've created council culture, because I want to be accountable. I want to be held accountable for everything from the community, from individuals.
Yeah, I think Nick Cannon showed out clean. See the turtleneck with the tan suit, which I think.
And I'm a true example of somebody who has been canceled many times for things I've said, for things I've done, for opinions that I've had, things that I've pontificated. What I've learned, I'm attempting to not just get out here on my soapbox and say, this is what I know. As we know, we're both avid readers. We're both people probably, educated at certain levels on many different topics. And I've made the mistake in the past to often just regurgitate things without doing the proper research. And we talked about
No, I'm just kidding.
this in the last session, of like the responsible voices of being able to just say different things because we heard someone else.
Yes, sir.
So for council culture, it's about creating dialogue, creating safe spaces to have these conversations and learn. And more importantly than learn, to heal. So I left off at the end last session and starting off this session with asking a professional, a doctor of clinical psychology, do you feel I'm irresponsible as an entertainer, as a black man with, as people say in the community, a super father, or some people even could say someone who has created many broken homes. I have 12 children.
Okay.
That's an interesting question, and that's interesting to see him actually addressing and taking accountability for that too. Because like we all know that there is a strong narrative about Nick Cannon, and the truth of the matter is Nick Cannon has done a lot of good for the community. He's done a lot of good. But the truth of the matter is Nick Cannon has in fact created a lot of broken homes. He's created a lot of families with a lot of kids. And it is interesting. I think that that's something that I personally would say and I would hold him accountable for, but I'm interested to hear what Umar says, honestly.
I am an open and free-spirited individual who, like we talked about before, feel everyone has the ability to live their life in which way that they wish, and I pass no judgment on anyone.
Yes, sir.
I entertain, and in that same form, I've created shows like Wildin' Out to various different shows, to Bad versus Wild with Zeus, and all type of things where I've been ridiculed, and people often, irresponsible is light in what they've called me online. And I say that to say if there is a place that I've been responsible, because as we know, Malcolm X probably said it the best, that the media is the most powerful tool on the planet because it can have you loving your oppressor and hating the oppressed. But me knowing that, and me knowing that media is.
I just want to stop right there and let's really look at what he's saying, because I think that that's actually something that we should really think about, because when you look at the type of shows that he produces, right? Wild 'N Out is not that bad, right? Let's just be honest. Wild 'N Out is not that bad. It's a goofy show. It's not meant to be taken serious, right? But when you have shows like, like the where he, like that one show where he's where he where he's working with Zeus, and with Zeus basically it's the Natalie Nunn crew versus the Jocelyn Hernandez crew, and they just going at it, and it's just a lot of ratchet women behavior. In situations like that, would it be appropriate to say that Nick Cannon could be held accountable for producing shows like that that are actually detrimental to the image of black people and black women specifically? Because those shows make black women look bad. Just the truth of the matter. The shows don't paint a positive image or have a positive image of black people, and that's what a lot of these reality shows are. The truth of the matter is, and it's just interesting to hear a lot of these celebrities with their woke pro black talk, but then you look at the media that they produce, or the media that or you look at the media that these people consume, and it doesn't match. It doesn't match, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion from what I've observed with the observable eye, with my observable eye. I've noticed that a lot of these celebrities, even the ones that are so woke and with this pro-black nonsense, and I say it's nonsense because at the end of the day, yeah.
Is really just an acronym for manipulated entertainment designed to influence all. I'm trying to do the culturally responsible thing with council culture, but I got to hold myself accountable. So as I sit here before you as a man who I've heard many times say that we should not, lightly say that we should not date outside our race. You made many more colorful statements from the idea of going skiing with the snow bunnies and many other terms. But I do have children with multiple races of women, and white being one of them. And I'm interested to know, one, how you feel about this, and then as I sit next to you, and I consider you my brother, I consider you someone that I admire and look up to in many different ways. But
Likewise.
sometimes we agree to disagree on various. But this is a safe space to have this conversation.
Yes,
so
sir.
I say all that to say, as someone, I'm sitting on your couch today, Doc. Heal me, help me.
Right. When we deal with interracial relationships, I always like to qualify the conversation for people who are listening, especially those outside the community, so that they understand I don't come from a place of hate. Okay. I have nothing against the Caucasian woman, Asian woman, Latina woman, East Indian, Arab, all the various beautiful women of the world. I have nothing against them. But I'm loyal to the black woman because she suffered the most.
I agree 1,000%.
At the hands of this society
100%.
and this planet. And because I come from a black woman, I have a special obligation towards her. And when I look at
Now, he just said a lot, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think that that's a real interesting statement, because when people say things like the American black woman has been through the most, you know what I mean? The black woman has been through the most. And I just think, do y'all not know how other cultures live? Do y'all not understand how other cultures and other women, what they have to go through? I'll give you, can't talk about that. Do you know that, let's see. Do you know that in other cultures, there are women that when certain groups get into power, let's see if I can get away with this. When certain groups got into power, there was a video of women who were literally bawling in tears because they were going to lose the right to go to college. They were going to lose the right to basically educate themselves. And We're sitting here listening to somebody say that the American black woman goes through the most. When at the end of the day, anybody that lives in America is probably you're in the upper echelon of the world. The world. I hate when people say this. And this is what I mean when I say that it's just what he does is he profits off of perpetuating the victim mindset. The black woman, that's what he appeals to. What black woman is gonna rally behind him when he's talking about, oh, you're the most, I'm gonna support you because you're the most oppressed, because you've been through the most. And look, I'm not saying that American black women haven't been through a lot, but come on, we need to really look at that statement in perspective, because it can be debunked. That statement doesn't hold up to scrutiny. Women all over the world have gone through a lot of things, and to sit there and act like the American black woman, who, if we really being honest, is sitting in a higher position than a lot of women all over the world. I mean, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. It's not true.
Or successful black men tend to marry out or reproduce outside of the community. I think on some level it can be insulting to our sisters.
Okay.
I consider it insulting to the community as a whole. And
so Umar says that he believes that it can be insulting to the sisters themselves, the black women themselves, when a successful man goes and dates outside of his race, right? See, because we're gonna get into this, because there are a lot of reasons why a guy would date outside of his race. I'm sorry, and I don't like this argument. It's so disingenuous. But he's saying that it's gonna offend them, and it's disrespectful to the black cause of the black plight. Whatever.
as someone who works in the school, I've had to entertain conversations with black girls who are asking Dr. Umar, is there something wrong with me? Because it appears that when you all make it, y'all always abandon the community in pursuit of your spouse. And when we look at the wealth differential between successful black men and the women they choose to marry or reproduce with, it's very obvious that there is a significant financial gain to the woman in many times, which equals a significant financial loss to the black community.
I've heard you say this many times.
Let me
And
give you one more.
that's a very small percentage of the group of overall interracial dating. Because
But-
there's only so many successful black men at that level that can elevate and create.
It's a very small percentage of successful black men. Let's just be real. Like, if you like people, I need y'all to really look at the statistics. Look at the stats. See, when you look this stuff up for yourself, it sticks with you. I'm telling you, there's not that many successful black men in general. In general. There's not that. And look, I understand that success is relative, but in this case, what we're talking about wealthy. We're talking about wealth in this case. I think we all can agree that what Umar, what Nick Cannon, what they're talking about wealthy people, like celebrities, six figures and up. The people that really are moving the wheel in the country. And that's just, I mean, like I said, it's relative, but that's what we're talking about. So it's not that many of them. It's not that many. So look, it's not enough. There's not enough wealthy black men to even make a dent on the culture itself, on the community itself. All these black people that are making this money individually, and it's still not affecting the culture in itself, the community in itself, right? But you're gonna sit there and say that somebody dating a woman that's not black is gonna impact the black culture more than it's already being impacted anyway? That doesn't make sense, Umar. I'm just saying. I don't agree.
Generational wealth.
Okay.
Because if we keep it a stacked up,
Okay.
the most interracial relationships we see, because I've heard you say this before,
Uh-huh.
the most interracial relationships we see is a strong, handsome black brother with a unshapely
Right.
white woman
Right. But
that's
he's
happy to God.
he's equally at
trying
fault.
to be this as clear as possible.
Right.
But it's a black man that can have any woman he want, but because he can put his car in her name and he can financially gain off of it.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Lynn? Glad you caught the live. I hope everything's doing well. Going well. I'm sorry. Yeah, we just watching this video, listening to Umar Johnson talk some nonsense, but yeah, I hope everything's going well. Glad you stopped through. Appreciate you.
White woman,
Right.
who looked like she done had a couple of Taco Bell trips,
Right. Right.
and she happy that she got her a good black man.
And that's the other thing. We really have to actually look at it in perspective too. The average interracial couple is kind of more so what Nick Cannon described, if we really being honest. If we're really being honest. I actually agree with Nick Cannon on that one. If we really most interracial couples is usually black guys, average black guys with average and below white women. That's the truth. I mean, the top black men usually get the benefit of the upper, but yeah, I don't know about this argument, Umar. I don't know about it.
And those are the questions of why these young black girls like, why would he choose her and not me? Because she got the paper.
Right, but either way.
And that's the majority. Now you see the athletes or the entertainers that might get them a.
But that's because there's only a few of you at that upper echelon.
Right.
But for those of you who are at the top 1%, right, income bracket, y'all go out the community to marry more than men similarly placed in their community.
That's such a small percentage, though.
Right, but black men marry outside of their race more than every other group of men per capita.
And I'm not making this as an excuse or an example.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that cannot be attributed purely to coincidence. So
maybe it's not attributed to coincidence. Maybe it's possible that they just find people that they actually like and get along with. And they've had this conversation because, they've talked about, for instance, the passport bros, right? And do I agree with the way that the passport bros have gone about everything and how they move? Like every single one? No. But in general, what we're looking at is maybe they just actually deal with people. Maybe they just deal with people that they actually just like. You know what I mean? Maybe that person treats them nice, and maybe, just maybe, they actually get along better. Maybe that person, if we really want to have this conversation, if we're really gonna talk about it, maybe there's nobody ever wants to put accountability on the behavior that might cause men to go and date out. So, at the end of the day, there's a lot to be attributed, to this conversation that I feel like Umar is being very disingenuous about. But we're gonna get into it. I'm just waiting for him to throw me the alley-oop. Lynn says, is this a totally racist conversation or am I missing something? Nope, you're not. You're not. You're not. Yeah, it's a very interesting conversation, but whether it's a necessary conversation, that is yet to be determined.
let me ask you a question directly, Brother Nick. You have beautiful African children by beautiful non-African women.
Right.
Would you say, honestly, Your decision to reproduce with non-African women, was that deliberate? I don't want my sisters? Or were you a victim of unconscious self-hate programming?
Now, I've had this conversation on another one of my.
And that's what I'm talking about. Everything always has to be a super villain. Everything always has to be a big bad with this guy. No, it has to be some kind of system that's telling you that you hate black women. So in order for you to be willing to mess around with a woman from another, Jesus Christ, when are we gonna wake up? When are people gonna wake up and people really follow this man? I agree, Lynn. Lynn says people are people in the end, and that's the truth. That's the truth. And these are the only tired people that are still sitting there tripping off of something so simple as skin color and race. Like, come on, it's 2024, man. God.
Platforms with our brother Reza Islam.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because online they cut it up.
Okay.
And they made it seem like I was saying.
And I didn't see that clip, by the way.
Yeah, it was a clip where it pretty much was, I was saying exactly that we've been programmed and conditioned to be that the white woman is superior.
Mm-hmm.
That's and I made all the statements that there was a time
Mm-hmm.
that and obviously all the sisters came from me because they just saw that
Mm-hmm.
element of the clip. There was a time in which white women were looked at as
The standard.
not just the standard, but symbols of success.
True.
And or even that are unattainable. If we go all the way back to slavery,
Forbidden fruit.
We not supposed, and vice versa.
Okay.
They looked at us like we ain't supposed to be messing with them, and we was looking at we are not allowed. We can die if we mess
But see,
with
that's
them.
the difference.
Yeah.
You could die messing with them.
Right.
They're not gonna die messing with you though.
So I say all of that to say I understand the social programming, and I truly believe it's so. And then that makes me, as someone who's done the research and had the understanding, goes all the way back to even defining what is race and when was race defined. And as we know,
But before you define that, does Nick Cannon have a bias against black women when it comes to romance?
the quick answer is absolutely not, because
Then how do you justify?
I say
None?
this because
Okay.
one, just as much, I got a white baby mama, I got a dark skinned baby mama too. So
Right.
in that sense, I can equally say I ain't got no type. You know what I mean? Like I love
But I
women.
would push back because as a successful black man who has children with multiple women, for almost none of them,
Absolutely bad, by the way. It should not be something that we celebrate or something that's just glossed over that Nick Cannon has a bunch of these kids running around here. You know, I'm just saying. Let's just be honest. That's not something that should be celebrated.
we take the positive.
Right.
Only one of them being of African descent, does that not suggest that you clearly search out those who are not of your racial group?
So that's why I had to go here first. And I don't want to get too deep. I want to talk over anyone's head.
Absolutely.
Of phenotypes. Because in that sense, when I'm talking about the origin of race, because before there was race, there was phenotypes. And really that's just based off of what we look like.
Okay.
So in that sense, to where I guess what the German doctor in whatever, 1700s, Dr. Johann Friedrich Blumenbach was the dude, the psychologist who said, who created race. Who hit, I think it was 7 identities, and it was everything from African to Ethiopian to white, to where they could put this hierarchy system that white was on top, therefore that they could classify while everyone else was subdominant. So in that, before that infrastructure was created, and that was even during, slavery had already been established here, you know, in America before the term race was created. So it was phenotype in what we look like and origin in which we came from. And as a Pan-African, I know you understand the ideas that even with, we've been there, even within the motherland, even in the continent, there's a hierarchy of complexionism. And there's and sometimes even
introduced by the oppressor.
Of course, it's colonization, and even then now in the terms of I've gotten in trouble for this talking about the power of melanin. In the sense of, as Tupac say, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
I would agree.
And in that sense, so yes, like I said before, there is an idea of the standard of what we believe to be beautiful. I believe.
Okay, enough with the word salad, Nick. Enough with the word salad. Jesus Christ. Lynn says, my husband's not white, but I don't know his race. Has always been the last thing I see about him. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, race is just I don't know. I personally think that everybody should just interracially hook up, and then let's just all become just eat mutts equally and just get rid of race altogether. I'm tired of hearing about it. Let's figure out another way to separate and segregate ourselves. But let's take race off the equation. I'm just saying. Maurice July says, "Sup, Jay? Glad to see you keeping it real all the time. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping through, Maurice. And thanks, Lynn and Maurice, for the comments. I appreciate you guys for real. And let me know what y'all thinking about this conversation too, because this is just, I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel like Nick dodging the question. Yeah." He died like it's just word salad to me, if you ask me. But because at the end of the day, if I was Nick Cannon, I would just be like, no, I don't have a racial bias, and just because Umar Johnson tells you that you might have a racial bias doesn't mean that you have a racial bias, and you don't have to accept that. So while he's going into the nature of complexion and you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff is good and all that, but it's not directly addressing what his question was, and his question his answer should just be, no, I don't have a bias, or yeah, I do have a bias. But at the end of the day, you know,
dark complected woman who embraces all of her naturalness is far superior, especially in this day, and in her beauty, than someone who is attempting to assimilate or look like someone else.
So if you have any more children, she's gonna be a chocolate goddess.
I got one. I have a daughter named Onyx. Beautiful. Now, but I'm not saying I'd have just as much love as I have for Onyx as I have for my oldest Monroe. You know
I believe that.
And in that sense,
as you should. But and that's the thing. So it's like, as you should. Like, yeah, I'm just not with it. I think it's racist. I do. But I think Umar Johnson is racist. That's just me, though. I'm going to be honest. Or let's say if he's not racist, he has a strong racial prejudice. Lynn says these guys speak entire tropes. Yep, pretty much. Always keeping it real. Not a coward speaks in mind. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Seriously. Yeah, it's just
since it's unfortunate because I feel like we're the only community that has to deal with complexionism at this level, and
but white supremacy introduced that into us.
Because there's the caste system and the class system that's in India. That's
right, but caste that is true. That is true. But who introduced that into India? They were colonized by the British.
They were as well, but again, because as you remember, and it's in the books, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to, but even in the African consciousness, and it shows as we go all the way back to those conversations of when the white man did come on the continent, we looked at them as foreign and inferior.
Oh, absolutely. The white man was traditionally painted as the devil in African culture.
So before we
ever encountered him.
Right. So in that, it was never at some point, and however it happened through the colonization and all of that, this idea of beauty, of a lighter complected, a thinner nose, a thinner lip individual was placed on us.
Okay. So you fell victim to that?
I don't think I did. I feel like. Again, like I said, and it's so complex even in my world because, you know, one of the mothers of my children.
Yeah, I hear the way Umar is trying to police who. Oh my God, this is crazy. And this is my problem with this and people like this. Why do y'all think it's okay to police who people sleep with or who people choose to be with? Like, come on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I appreciate your comments, guys. Thank you. Lynn says Cannon is such a pig. If his lifestyle is cool, then the devil is pleased. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I've said it a couple times this stream. I think Nick Cannon's lifestyle is whack. I think him going around and impregnating all them women, all these different women, creating all these broken families and all these damaged children. It's just, yeah, he's rich, but you know he's on TV for getting one of his daughter's names. You know what I mean? So, Nick Cannon is just he's not a role model, and that's just the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not saying he's the worst out there. He's done some good for the community. He's done some good for the culture, and I won't take that away from him. But yeah, his choice of lifestyle is just it's not something. Yeah. Marie says I support mixed couples. So do I. So do I. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I'm also just for being finding people who you just happy with. If you getting like, you know what I mean, race shouldn't matter in my opinion. Maybe culture should, but race, ethnicity, I mean, that just shouldn't matter in my opinion. That's just me though. Lynn says pseudo intellectualism. Yep, that is the word. That is the phrase. I completely agree. Brandon Smith says these two people should not speak on relationships at all. And I absolutely agree. I agree. I agree. Like, look, when you look at it, like I said, Nick Cannon got like 12 different kids. You know what I'm saying? Got like 12 different kids. And, you know, and Umar Johnson is just, he, Umar Johnson is just, he just the worst. He the worst. And as somebody who's always policing what other black men are doing and who other black men are starting their families with, he sure got a problem starting his own family. Why he ain't got his own family? Legally. Not on no nature boy stuff, like legally. Why he ain't got his own family? Lynn says sad itchy. Shout out if you know what that means. Pig Latin. I agree. But is Elon Musk doing the same thing? I mean, yeah, Elon Musk ain't no angel either. That's a good point. I mean, yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, Elon Musk, he's so busy trying to trick off Amber Heard. You know what I mean? So like we saw those court documents from the Johnny Depp trial when Elon Musk was tricking off for Amber Heard. So yeah, it's just these people need help. And this is why our community and our culture is so messed up, because these are the people that are like are the voice and talking to represent us. That's bad.
Has a strong, you know, Islam background, and when I say because I'm a Muslim from Africa, you know, and those understandings, but she's lighter complected. One would look at her and wouldn't even know, or even in the sense of one of the mothers of my children is a dark skinned complected, but still can be considered Afro-Latina because
Okay.
so it's
But
so
African Latinas are still African.
100%.
Just a different language.
But even within their infrastructure,
Yes. They have the color
system,
hierarchy.
Yeah, there's
introduced by the white supremacy though.
right. So when I say
White supremacy. White supremacy. Oh. Oh, Lynn says they need Jesus. I agree, but the problem is Umar Johnson gonna sit there and say that that's the white man's religion. You know.
that, I'm not looking to see how dark you are, how
Right.
full your lips are, how wide your nose is. It's,
Let me take it another way.
right.
When Princess Onyx grows up with her siblings,
Right.
you're going to have a conversation along
Yes.
with their mothers
Yes.
about colorism.
100%.
As someone who grew up in a home with a dark sister who was
Right.
darker than me, beautiful, but my older sister was darker.
Right.
I saw how she suffered some of the pangs of colorism within my extended family.
100%.
So when Onyx gets to the age where she begins to recognize race, and Brother Nick Cannon has to have that conversation with her mother and the mothers of your other children and your children, your family.
Right.
You're gonna have this conversation. And when you start explaining to Onyx that your blackness is in no way a sin or a curse, it's a blessing and
blessing.
a power.
Absolutely.
Right? When she reflects back to you,
Her name is Onyx for a reason.
absolutely.
Right.
It's black power, actually.
Yeah.
But when she reflects back to you as her father and say, well, Dad, if this color is all that great, how did you end up to reproduce so many children with women who are not this color? What would you say to Onyx?
Dad has a problem of wanting an assortment of flavors.
Get out of here.
That's the truth. I want to taste everything. I want to know what that tastes like. I want to know what that tastes like. And it's just, and if I'm being honest, sitting here, it's just like, and I said, I got in trouble and I apologize because I didn't know it hit him this way. And I apologize again.
Whew. Oh boy.
I was on one of these podcasts and I was outwardly speaking, and I think it kind of came out the wrong way. I was speaking about my brother Travis Scott.
Okay, what happened with
And
Travis?
it was when, because,
the situation that happened.
No, he has a child with Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
And I was attempting to take his side and say, the statement I made, I said, in Travis dating Kylie, at no point do I think he was attempting to make a cultural statement. And in that, I think it got perceived.
But is ignorance an excuse for irresponsibility?
You asked that question before.
Yes.
I think it was perceived as him saying, but I was actually saying, I do the same thing where
Okay.
I'm doing it for love.
Okay.
I'm not doing it to be right here to say I'm doing it for my community or any of that stuff. I'm doing it because I love this woman. Now, now it may be,
And I don't doubt
and it
that.
may be ignorant because I'm not thinking about what the community is gonna think. I'm doing it because, man, I fell in love with this.
Nah, that's weak. I feel like that's weak. If you go, if you doing it because you say that that's love, then don't sit there and say that that's ignorant or being ignorant. Like, that's weak. That's weak because at the end of the day, how you gonna let? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, these people are so loyal to a culture that ain't even loyal to them. They don't got no loyalty to itself. How you sit there, you gonna cut your own blessings, or you gonna X out your potential partner, somebody that might be your soulmate because of or you gonna sit there and call yourself ignorant because you chose to pursue someone despite this. Like, what? Man, you said it. This is pseudo intellectualism at its finest. And the reason why I say this is because when you really listen to what they're saying, it's really, all the big words aside, this is really just a lot of word salad. That's the truth. This is just a lot of word salad. And this is just, oh my goodness gracious. It says, what a dumb conversation. I didn't. I mean, gotta rely on good old Umar. Um, Within white culture, there's no caste system based on your shade of skin. We goof on the gingers, but that's about it. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard that. I mean, maybe like I've heard of that like in countries where it's like other black people or like Hispanic cultures or stuff like that. But you know, mm, yeah, I'm I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that that's mostly well, I'm not gonna say it's a black thing, but well, I'm gonna infer it. I'm gonna infer it because uh,
Woman,
Okay.
regardless of her complexion, regardless
Okay.
of her race, regardless of her upbringing.
But do you have an obligation to the community though? You married her because you loved her.
No,
but do you have
because I get this all the time. You can't talk black and sleep white. You can't be black in the streets and white in the sheets.
When we look at childhood actors,
Yes.
you are the most prominent, successful black childhood actor probably in American history.
Right.
People think of Nick Cannon. You understand?
Right.
So to all the beautiful
yeah. Maurice July says, "What is love?" That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. If I don't know, the best way I can describe love is sacrifice, struggle, and and the desire to make it or something that makes it all worth it. That's weird. This is weird. And it says Hispanic culture is huge on skin shades for sure. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard they're pretty big on that. He just blew smoke up Nick's ass. Oh, you don't think that Nick Cannon's pretty successful? I think, I mean, look, let's just be real. I think he's trash at, like the way he maneuvers his life, right? But when you look at Nick Cannon compared to when you look at Nick Cannon compared to like the other Nickelodeon cast, that Nickelodeon documentary just came out. I'm just saying he could be worse. He could be a lot worse. Brittany says love is not struggle. I mean, yeah. I okay. So let me explain what I mean when I say love is struggle, right? Okay, I think that people have this kind of like fantastical, you know what I mean, idea of love and what, you know what I mean. Like, okay, so let's see if I can say this right. So I think people have this idea of love, and they think that it's all sunshine and rainbows. And I think that when you really love somebody, it becomes something where, like you can see where Lynn says underneath this comment, love is caring about somebody else's happiness more than your own, right? And in doing that, that comes with a lot of struggle, and that comes with, it's not gonna be all sunshine and rainbows all the time. That's what I'm saying. So it's like caring about somebody's happiness and putting yourself out there. It's a struggle. You know what I mean? So I mean, I get what you're saying, and maybe I should have phrased it better. But I mean, there is an element of struggle that is part of love, in my opinion, and part of that is tied into duty, because especially one of the things I always say is that I believe that this generation doesn't have a sense of duty. So like, let's take for instance marriage, right? It's so easy for people to break up their homes and break up their families, right? And it's because a lot of people don't have that sense of duty. Well, part of duty means that you got to struggle through the unpleasant times. So that's why I say that love is struggle, because at the end of the day, if you aren't willing to struggle when times aren't good, then you're not going to be able to benefit when times are bad. That's just my opinion though. You know what I mean? I'm not some Greek philosopher. You know what I mean? I'm not a philosopher. I'm just that's just my interpretation of it. I think a lot of people I think that's why we see a lot of people so quick to walk away from relationships, because they base love off of happiness. And love, it's like if I'm happy, then I feel the love, and if I don't feel happiness, then I don't feel the love. So now, happiness is fleeting, it's temporary. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. I just think that when you real love, there's a struggle component to it, because real love involves duty and sacrifice. You know what I mean? And sacrificing is not easy. That's not easy. There's a struggle that comes with putting yourself out there like that. That's all I'm saying. I hope that makes sense though. Lynn says love is caring about somebody else's happiness more than your own. Uh he said he was the most successful black young actor. Okay. Who do you think? Who do you think it is, Lynn? I'm curious. Who do you think it is? I mean, I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just curious who you think. Lynn says, yes, it's a struggle to maintain a relationship with anyone. Um, Brittany says we can agree to disagree. Struggle and love should not coexist, in my opinion. I can understand accountability, but not struggle. Um, RJ says I'm late, but do you think interracial dating could save the black community? Um, mm, mm, first things first. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can. I mean, I get you, Brittany. I'm just saying that it's like, I don't think you can have real love without that duty and sacrifice, because it takes work. That's all I was just trying to say. But when I say struggle, I don't mean like like living in a studio apartment eating ramen noodles. You know what I mean? That's not what I mean. I mean, but I'm not talking about like where you like struggling. But I'm just saying that people like people get moody. People go through phases. People change. People grow apart. You know what I mean? When you like, it's a lot. It's just a lot. RJ says I'm late, but do you think interracial dating could save the black community? And I think that interracial dating could potentially save the black community, but I also think it could wipe it out. But I also don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. So hopefully that answered your question, because honestly, when you really think about it, yeah, you really think about it. I mean, okay, so let's look at it from multiple perspectives, right? You're expanding the culture. You're still expanding the seed, because the kids are still carrying the gene, and so mm, I don't think it would hurt. I don't think it would hurt. May not be the result that people want out of it, but I don't think it would hurt. Mm. Lynn Jan, Luther Van. Lynn says, Luther Vandross, I'd rather be beside you in a storm than safe and warm by myself. Best song ever. Yeah, Luther Vandross had a way with words. That's facts. There's so many. Keenan's way more talented. Keenan Thompson. That's interesting. 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 Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. I hear you. Marie says love is lost nowadays. Yeah, I agree. I agree, but you know, what I mean, it's hard. It's hard because you know, like I said, we just. This is why I always talk about how the black community, particular, and I always talk about the black community because you know I'm black, and that's the, like you know, that's what I'm used to, but we when we really look at what's going on and we see that just well I honestly I guess this could really just extend to the West in general. Yeah, let's scratch the black community and let's just say let's apply this to the West in general because I think it's safe to say that what we see now with a lot of these modern people like oh, like when we see these modern people that like basically they don't have a sense like they don't have that sense of duty. They don't have that desire to, you know, it's you know what I mean. Like I said, I mean, mm, I think love means different things to different people, but in my experience, you know, what I mean, it's something that comes with a price, and you know, I'm not saying that the price isn't worth it. I'm just saying I explicitly said you got to find something that is worth it, but mm, I think duty standards. These are the things that I'm always talking about. Do we have standards? Do we have a sense of duty? We don't. We just don't. And we hear people talking about it all the time. We hear people we hear people talking about it all the time. But the truth of the matter is, without standards, you know, how can we value things like love? That's just real. That's just real. People don't care about love nowadays. They don't. I agree with you, Maurice. They don't care about it in general. In general. That doesn't mean that there aren't exceptions. There are exceptions. In general, people don't care about it. They don't value it. And I'm just saying that as somebody who could get their heart stumped on plenty times every day. So I'm just saying, like, is people love love used to mean something and it love doesn't hold the same value in mass as it used to. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Lynn says, "Nah, I spread love every day, and so does Jay. I sure do. Don't get no credit for it either. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I mean, that's why I say. I mean, there are exceptions, but we don't make the rule. Like, let's just be real. We honestly we're not the rule. We are the exception. And I mean, I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure we're not the only exceptions. There are people that spread love too. There are people that genuinely love. I'm just saying, it's just hard. It's just rare. Um, Marie says it exists and it's just hard to find. I agree. And how long does love last, or is it just always a comment? I don't give a f. Yeah, and that's the thing too, because you'll encounter that a lot. Most people specifically. Now I'm talking to black culture. Black culture, we are programmed to not care, to be desensitized, to not trip off of stuff, to not value love and emotions and appreciate those types of things. That's the general default. So you try to open up. That's why I hate to go down this road, but that's why they tell a lot of guys not to be vulnerable with women, because the women, when you're vulnerable with people, they will do you bad, and sometimes the women will do you worse than anybody will. I mean, it's just. I mean, Maurice, these are great questions, because how long does love last? Because, be honest, in my opinion, if it's conditional, it's not real. And conditional just doesn't go away. That's why I don't tell very many people I love them. Even if I feel it, even if I genuinely feel it, I don't tell many people that I love them. It's a bad habit. Maybe I should tell them more. But if you give it to everybody, does it still hold the same value? Does it mean as much when you give it to everybody? It's just yeah. But RJ said it though. You can't. you can be. I don't even think you should be nice. Honestly, I think but you absolutely can't be a pushover. You can't be a pushover. But I think. Okay, RJ, what do you think? Do you think it's better? Because I personally think it's better to be a kind person than a nice person. You know what I mean? I don't particularly think I'm a nice person, but I am kind. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's a difference in my opinion. I love to have that conversation. Um, let's get back into this video. I'm sorry, guys. I had to take a break. Lynn says, when you help others, it takes you out of your ego. When you give and expect nothing in return, you show other people that this thing exists in the world, because it does. I do it especially around children. Salute to you, Lynn. Yeah, salute to you. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys and y'all comments. Thank you so much.
Chocolate black girls of the same complexion as your beautiful daughter Onyx, and even those of every other complexion, yours,
Right.
mine, and so forth. For you to be the king of childhood actors, which means our daughters love you. They talk about you. I heard kids talk about you the other day in positive manner.
Right.
Do you not feel any guilt at all for the fact you did not provide them with that wholesome example of showing them how much a black woman deserved to be loved on by not choosing one yourself?
So I've got to unpack this in many ways, because
Okay.
sitting on a psychologist's couch, yes, I feel guilty.
Okay.
But I feel guilty for multiple things.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and what I've learned.
Before we get into this guilt, let's see what RJ got to say. RJ says, well, as a dude who is somewhat of a nice guy, when I tried to be a bad boy, women and everybody could see through it. They could tell I wasn't being wasn't being myself. I can definitely relate, but I can relate. So I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. I mean, yeah, I think I think we just gotta find some healthy balance somewhere in between. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Cause I mean, on one hand, I wonder, I wonder, because it's like, I do women really prefer bad boys, or do they just like the traits that bad boys have? So that means that if you have a kind guy who's assertive like a bad boy, would they prefer that guy, or would they still prefer the bad boy? That's a question that I've wondered. Just in my opinion, but yeah. Good question. Lynn says the performance aspect of this is off-putting. She ain't cutting them no slack. Oh, let's get. Oh, yeah, let's get that RJ. Oh, Lynn says you can be an alpha without being bad. Yeah, I agree. I think the bad boy. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it's worth exploring a little bit more. Let's see. Well, I think it's a little bit more than just confidence, because if we really being honest, I could pull up some clips of some women that really shunt clown dudes that are normal. So some of these women, they really do like bad boys. The more I think about it, I'm just thinking about that, and it's like some women really do like bad boys. But then you get into the question of, do you really want those women? But if we're really being honest, it's a lot of those women, even if they don't admit it, and it's the truth. Sometimes you got to believe what people do and not what they say. So that's just, yeah. There's definitely some women that definitely, the more I think about it.
Learned about there's nothing wrong with guilt. Doesn't mean shame.
I agree with you.
Guilt means accountability.
I agree with you. I totally agree.
And I say that to say, so symbolism, what our community sees, who they hold up high and revere, is all real. So I always talk about equanimity in that sense of where I must be responsible to, if I faltered in this way, I have to make up for it in this way. So I know I am unsuccessful when it comes to relationships. I have a failed marriage. I've had many failed relationships. And this is all based off of society's measurement and metric
for the
system.
record,
yeah,
I was a little jealous of you when you married Mariah, because I was
who was light skinned than a mug.
Listen, when I was in college, this is before y'all time, but when I was in college at Millersville University, Mariah Carey poster was on my wall.
Facts.
When I said, how did Nick get Mariah?
That's what everybody said.
I was in love with Mariah, but go ahead.
And young Moroccan just gave you that right there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
that is fruits of that.
Yeah.
But in the sense, I say all of this to say, that's the reason for this space.
Yes, sir.
Where I believe I gotta be held accountable for certain things. But in that sense, to whether it's my daughter Onyx or my other daughters and the daughters of our community, I am an example whether I want to be one or not. And that's why it's like, I don't believe in role models, because roles are things that you play. I'm a real model. I'm a real individual. So therefore, there's going to be a lot of things that happen in my life that everyone's not going to agree with.
And I think you're going to rectify it, because looking into the future, which only God can see.
Right.
Through your daughter Onyx, I think you're going to do some great things with your other children as well.
Right.
But through your daughter.
No. That's so. Bro, you can't do that. Why are you just gonna single out? You just gonna single out the. So just fuck all his other kids, huh? Let's see. Lynn says yes. Confidence is attractive and a little mystery is good, but not too much. RJ says funny thing you say. I read an article one time that said nice guys are attracted to bad girls. I can definitely see that. Lynn says, so what's his example? Please help me with that. Man, that's funny. No slack.
Now, Onyx, because of her beautiful, richly melanated, original African complexion, I think y'all going to bring forth some programs, some projects,
Okay.
some organizations, a cartoon,
right.
a line of children's books to build black girls' self. You understand
Because
me?
one thing I do, and I've had these conversations, one thing I do know with my daughter, honest, I'm going to have different conversations with her.
Yes, sir.
than I'm
You
gonna have
will.
with my
Yes.
other daughter.
Yes.
Because of the way the society is set
And you're
up.
going to have conversations with them to make sure they remain conscious of their bias when they're relating to their sister.
100%. And they're, because, again, their mother is probably one of the most beautiful, and I even forget even saying dark skin.
Yes.
But because of her complexion is dark skin, but one of the most beautiful women.
Yeah, I think the chocolate only adds to the beauty.
Yeah, and to be able to be that with that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
know what I mean? It is so powerful in itself
Yes,
to
sir.
be able to walk in the room and be so striking
I agree.
and so attractive and to not look like everyone
Absolutely.
else, especially today where every woman on Instagram looks
Absolutely.
exactly the same.
There's nothing more regal, more honorable, more earth-shattering, more attention-grabbing that when a chocolate black woman walks into the room, and I'm going to add natural hair to that because that's my bias, but when a chocolate natural African woman walks into a room full of self-confidence and owns it, the whole room bows down. Not literally, but in a metaphorical way, because that right there is God. And what I mean by that, when I say the chocolate African woman is God, she is the original complexion of the first person.
Oh, God. Oh, I just knew we was going to hear it. I just knew we was going to hear it, guys. I just knew we was going to hear it. I just knew he was going to say that the black woman is God. I just knew that he was going to say it. Golly. Jesus Christ. Marie says space age pimping. Lynn says he had 2 kids in 1 year with 2 different women. He did that twice. Nah. Oh, you talking about Umar, right? Yeah, I did hear about that. I heard he had like some baby mamas or something now. Still ain't got no wives though, you know. Or he's always talking about black families and all that kind of stuff. He still don't got no wives. Oh no, you talking about Nick Cannon? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember he did do that. Yeah. Yeah. Black woman isn't God, guys. Sorry. Hate to burst your bubble. Hate to rain on your parade, but I'm not like Umar Johnson. I'm not finna keep pissing on you and telling you that it's raining. Nope. The black woman isn't God. Humans aren't gods. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It's the truth. There is only one God, one creator, and just And Lynn, this is actually a good point because this is actually what I was going to say. Because Umar Johnson keeps referencing colorism bias, right? But guess what? Biases, racism, prejudice, all those things are learned behaviors. They're learned behaviors. So if you don't introduce that to your children, guess what? They're not going to exhibit that behavior. What would happen? What would happen? A great question, Lynn.
God put on the planet Earth. And since the black woman is the only woman with the mitochondrial DNA, the Eve gene, and with the chocolate African woman being the most melanated because that's the most original, she is God. And I'm saying that not to deny anyone else their divinity.
We all come from her.
Absolutely. We all come from her. And so it's just so hurtful for me being a psychologist, working in the schools where I see the shame that a lot of our chocolate princesses endure because they've been miseducated against the fact that when you look in the mirror, you shouldn't see something ugly.
I'm sorry if you guys get mad, but I'm sorry. I just had to tell you this. Life does not come from a woman. Life comes through women. There's a difference. Words matter, guys. We have to really pay attention to the words that we use. Life did not come from women. It comes through women. The heaven's gate. The heaven's gate. This is what Umar Johnson is referencing, right? the heaven's gate, aka the woman's vajayjay, her vagina, right? Okay? The heaven's gate passes through. It allows you, it incubates and passes through, right? But where does that life come from? That life, the spark comes from the man. So at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but it's just wrong. I just look, life comes from God, number one. God gave man the ability to spark life, gave women the ability to carry life. Like, I'm just saying, it's like, come on. Come on. Like, it's okay not to try to suit people's heads up. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Life comes from God. One God. No little gods. We're not little gods. We don't have powers. But guess what? We can create life. Women bring it through together. Life. So what is this? No, if you're going to use that logic, Umar, then guess what? Everybody's God. Because guess what? Women can't reproduce by themselves. They can't reproduce by themselves. That's all I'm saying. Sorry. Sorry. I must have been tripping, obviously. Marie says Nick on nice and ain't that smooth. RJ says, are you married yet, brother? My bad, just wondering. Nope. Nope. I must have been tripping for y'all to ask that. Sorry. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Lynn says they're repeating every trope ever told in society like parrots. And Lynn, if we're being honest, Umar probably started most of those tropes. If we really being honest, Umar probably started most of those tropes. This guy, and God, I hate that I used to be a fan of him, but. Lynn says Jay needs a nice girl to marry. Is it that obvious? I'm sorry, guys. I was tripping. Was I tripping? I'm sorry. Forgive me. But nah, yeah, I'm not though.
Ugly.
Right.
You should see the most beautiful being on earth.
Right.
And as I said, I believe you and your princess, along with your other children, y'all going to bring forth something to help shut down the colorism. Because what you do have, Nick, is you have every complexion in your children.
Absolutely.
I'm saying to you, I'm charging you in the future, because you got a long way to go.
Yeah, Lynn, I agree. Hopefully, hopefully it would be really nice. It would be really nice, actually. But no, due time.
Turn that.
Yeah.
You understand me? Into a weapon of mass construction. To destroy colorism in our community.
I love it. Can I offer this up? Just because I'm sitting on your couch.
Hey, you like Tariq Nasheed? What's that's the FBA brother, the dude who always want to fight everybody, always want to fight everybody that disagree with him. No, yeah, they both pretty silly. If you actually believe it or not for what they say or the information that they give, but I actually like Umar. Like, if we're talking about just like as far as a character, I like Umar more than I like Tariq. That's just me though. That's just me though.
I'm right here. I need the help in the understanding. And again, by no means is this an excuse, but I want to unpack it. Could it be that my mother, who is of mixed race, and because I was thinking about this when you asked me, am I, have I been programmed or conditioned
Yes, sir.
to go after a certain type of woman? If my mother, who is a lighter skinned mixed woman, if that was my example as a matriarch, and then even in her mother being of another race, and on my father's side, his mother having, as we all know, because, and then as we go down our lineage, we all gonna be mixed with something. And I know as a, Pan-Africanist, there's an idea of holding on to the diaspora.
Yes, sir.
But the African American, and which is a whole different classification, a black person in America is mixed
Okay.
with everything.
Right.
So for anyone to sit and say,
But those mixtures does not take away from the fact you're still African.
100%,
Because we're the strongest DNA.
100%.
Because that's a valid point that Nick Cannon is making, and I said this before, but if we really being honest, a lot of Americans, a lot of Black Americans, we mixed. We like, I hate to say this, and I'm oh God, what is going on? I mean, it could be worse, could be better, could be worse though. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, could be worse, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, definitely could be better though. I mean, I'm just saying. Um. mm, Yeah, I mean, uh, I appreciate it. Um, mm, but yeah, I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question. Mm, I got me thinking, but RJ says black Americans are mixed. Black people are mixed black people. Yes, because we have multiple African ethnicities with some British and Irish. Yeah, some people got Native American, some people are Native American. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't think that it's fair. Like, with all the information that we have now, everybody didn't come from the post-Atlantic slave trade. You know what I mean? Everybody didn't come, from the same island, the same side of Africa. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but a lot of African Americans are mutts, and that's the truth of the matter. And I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like, we can sit there and pretend like we not, but we are. And at the end of the day, we diluted blood. So by Umar Johnson's logic, then you know what I mean, we not as black, right? So I mean, it's just I hope you guys are really understanding how nonsensical this argument and his position is. I really do. Lynn says, "Gotta find you a pretty lady with some smarts like you." Oh, yeah. Good luck. Good luck, Justin. I mean, Jay. Good luck. um, I mean, you're right, Lynn. They out there. They out there. It's possible. I mean, I hope so. I hope so. RJ says, fun fact: the culture was adopted from most Irish and Scottish, whom were shunned by the English. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. I love fun facts. Thank you. Seriously. All right, let's go ahead and finish this nonsense.
So if people say, you know, again, because you said you got a lot of this ideology because you look and see what you came from your mother.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
I look and my mother looks and has the complexion of a look that is maybe similar to a lot of the mothers of my children.
Okay.
You know, there's been a lot of conversations where they talk about, you know, my mother and Mariah.
Okay. Do they look similar in complexion?
Yes.
Okay.
They look like they cut from the same cloth.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And various, if we're just talking about complexionism, psychologically, would you think that maybe is that more of the reason?
It
that
definitely
I'm
plays a
to,
role. Because I was going to ask you earlier in this conversation, do you feel that your mother or grandmother could have influenced your taste in women?
Right.
Because our mothers do influence us.
Yeah.
Right? Because my mother happens to be my complexion.
Right.
In fact, I look more like my mother than any of her other 6 children.
Okay.
The mother is the first teacher, as we all know.
And I said, my mother is, you know, light skin, curly hair, you know.
Well, like maybe I'm an exception because that's weird because like me, I have a dark skinned mom and I like light skin. I like lighter skinned women. So, or more women that are more my skin complexion or like my skin complexion or lighter. So, I mean, I think it's interesting how they try to speak for everybody when they say it like this, but you know, like I always say, I mean, got to be fair and objective. We're talking when we say in general, we have to acknowledge exceptions. So I mean, it doesn't apply to me though. I don't get it. I can't relate.
You know,
right, and she's still with us in the flesh.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
so if I were to have a conversation with your queen mother, I would ask her, not only does your son possibly prefer women of your complexion because you are his first example of love? Our first love affair is our mother, right?
Absolutely.
But I would also ask her, is it possible, in addition to you simply being his first love affair, spiritually speaking, did you pass down core beliefs to your son as it relates to women and complexion? In other words, was it purely by example of her existence as your mother?
Yeah.
Or were there certain beliefs and messages she gave to you and values based on skin tone? Could she have inadvertently transferred some of her beliefs onto you in terms of white is better or prettier or lighter girls are more?
Always, it's by
you know what I
because
mean?
we probably never had that conversation.
Right.
But it's just the example of watching what she was assimilating to the idea of what society shows us.
Right.
You know what I mean? As we sit back and talk about where you said you had posters of Mariah on the wall.
I had posters of Mariah.
You know, Mariah and
one
Halle.
of the things I respected about Mariah.
Yeah.
I don't know her whole history.
Yeah.
But one of the things I did respect about Mariah, because what happened is when rest in peace, Whitney Houston kind of receded.
Yeah.
Because I was Whitney.
Yeah.
And Mariah was the closest thing to her. So I went from Whitney to Mariah. But one of the things I respected about Sister Mariah, especially in this atmosphere with so many mixed race African children would rather be called biracial than black.
Yeah.
Mariah told the world, I'm black.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Facts.
Because if she didn't, that poster would have never been up. But that takes me to another question for you.
Yeah.
As you navigate that terrain.
It just kills me how some black people can just be so unapologetically racist, but then have the nerve to want to talk about some white power structure and just to be so blatantly and openly racist. If there was a white power structure, if there was a white power structure trying to keep you down, you really think you have the right to be able to sit there and be as racist and blatantly racist as you are? Like, come on. RJ says, interesting. My mom's brown skin, and I mostly prefer brown or lighter skinned women. I do like dark skin too, though. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like what I said. It's like me, my mom is more is dark skin, like brown skin, and like but that didn't really influence me. You know what I mean? I like dark skinned women too. There have been dark skinned women that I like. I just, everybody has a preference, and I don't think that it's like white culture or anything is influenced that because I like women of different races too. So I mean, I just never really been I never really been influenced by. Well, let me not say never. I'm gonna say that the only time where race ever influenced who I was attracted to or what I was attracted to is when I was going through my leftist pro-black phase. You know what I mean? But that aside, I mean, some of my early, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, yeah, I mean, but like I said, I mean, I like light skinned girls. I like dark skinned girls. I just like women. I like women. It's just like that's why I'm not like I don't agree with this idea that you have to be that meticulous and thoughtful about who you like. You know what I mean? I didn't just wake up and say, you know what, I'm only going to talk to caramel skinned girls, or I'm only going to talk to women that got a tan complexion, or I'm only going to talk to women that are lighter than this color. No, it's just that's what you're attracted to. If you're attracted to that, then there shouldn't be no reason to qualify it. You don't need qualifiers. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Like I don't believe that we need qualifiers in order to justify your preference. You know what I mean? And the same way that we shouldn't have to justify not liking men that are no women not liking men that are over 6 foot, or under 6 foot. You know what I mean, or whatever like that. Whatever preferences that people have, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I don't. Yeah, I don't understand why people would put that much thought into it. That's just me. Um, Marie says, I'm black and I support mixed couples and I'm willing to be with any individual that holds good character and great awareness of each other. Yeah, and I agree with that too. I'm pretty sure you've heard if you black, this is an argument that they love to say in condemnment of interracial couples. They love to say, "Oh, that person can't understand your struggle. They can't relate to you." And I think if we really being honest, I think having somebody to relate to your struggle and that can relate to you is overrated. I'd rather have a woman that has good character that brings me peace of mind, and you know what I mean. That's a stand up person that's gonna raise my children in a you know what I mean in a good way. You know what I'm saying, in a good way based off of standards. You know what I mean, versus just marrying somebody just because they look like me or they color. You know what I mean. So yeah, like French toast that struggle, French toast that relatability. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. Um, yeah. Umar is literally creating racism. Lynn says. Yeah, Umar is very racist. That's just the truth. RJ says, not really into white girls like that unless they look like Emma Watson. Yeah, I like Emma Watson too. She's really pretty. Lynn says, very good, Maurice. Thank you. Lynn says many things influence your type. Yeah, and I agree with that. Um, I agree with that. There's so many things that influence your type. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Some things you can explain, some things you can't. But I just don't. I'm not with that whole mob of people that's trying to dictate who people should date and all that kind of stuff. That's just me. You know what I mean? RJ says, I generally prefer black women, but that's just me. Anyone can date who they want. I don't care. My cousin is with a white guy. Coolest dude ever. Yeah, I mean, and that's how it should be. You know what I mean? Like, like nobody's is judging you for dating within your own race. The problem is for you to sit there and just criticize people who do choose to do it. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine how uncomfortable it must feel, or it must be to be dating somebody, and just because they look different than you, everybody feels the right that they have to comment on your relationship, or just because, or they feel like that they have the right to just sit there and stare at you and make y'all feel awkward and the center of attention. I mean, it's not cool. If we being honest, it's just not cool. It's really not cool. And I mean, yeah.
With your children.
Yeah.
Will Nick Cannon be unapologetic about letting them know they're black?
100%.
Okay.
That's easy.
Or will you get pushback from their mothers?
Nah, they're black. They know, again, because of the
Okay.
society.
Okay.
My children are black, and
Right.
that's even that, because to me that
But
conversation.
are they mothers on board?
But no, but that's that conversation
Okay.
about generational wealth that we got to throw out the window, because everybody says, oh, if you go date outside your race, then where's the general wealth conversation?
Okay.
Once they have me as the father, as whether it's the law or whether it's the one drop rule or whether in America,
Yes.
you are black.
That's true. But do their mothers support?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have no problem with you
problem.
letting them know you're black. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay. Because sometimes
no, they want to be called mixed, or I'm just much as this, as that.
sometimes the non-African mother of the mixed race African children are not comfortable with. In fact, I had a debate. It was respectful with a white woman at one of my lectures in Tallahassee or Tampa.
Right.
And we debated because she says, I do not want my daughter, who has a black father, I do not want her identifying as black. I want her identifying as mixed race. And you know what I had to explain to her?
What did you explain?
Because you are racist. You cannot admit that a black child came from your womb. And because of your own core beliefs about African inferiority.
Whoa. That's a big leap. Why maybe there's more context to this that he's leaving out. Maybe there were more to the interaction that he's leaving out. But I just think that it's pretty wild and insane to just call her racist just because she just prefers her kid to be referred to as mixed. And I'll say, I do think that's weird. Like, why? Like, even as the mom, why would you care? But like, why would you care? And I think that that's a valid question. But at the end of the day, to label her racist, that's just, you know what I mean? It might be a reach. I'm just saying, maybe I'm tripping.
You would rather raise your child with a lie that she's mixed race than raise her with the truth that she is black. You're forcing her to live a confused life because you don't want to bear your shame.
Why?
And guess what?
What?
She peacefully bowed out after
She had
that.
to, but this is my only question to that is, why can't you be both? And I only say that because at the core, the foundation, you're black.
Absolutely.
There's no other question.
And the reason you can't be both, you still have a
No, Lynn, I'm afraid that if you know Umar Johnson, if you're familiar with him, you know that he's absolutely 100% serious. He's 100% like this. He is really like this.
white parent.
Right.
You never, and I tell mixed race children this, you don't ever disrespect your mother.
You're right. And yes, you're right. The kid is both. You're right. You're right. That's why I say it's weird that the mom wouldn't say that, but you know what I mean? Yeah, you're absolutely right. The kid is both. You're both. Like you're a mixed black kid, you know, and that's just what it is.
That is your mother. You tell the world, I don't get.
Well, yeah. Really, you're all three. Then you're really three. You're a mixed black kid. You're a mixed. You're a mixed black kid and you're a mixed white kid. Meaning, and you're mixed. So yeah, really, it's like three things. But
You're black, white, purple. She brought you here. That's mom.
Yeah.
You understand? But racially, spiritually, genetically, anatomically,
Society.
you are African because we are the dominant DNA.
Right.
And we are the birthers of the other group. So when you say I'm half of something that came from your blackness,
right.
it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But a lot of our mixed
science.
race children are so confused Brother Nick, because they have the non-African parent trying to hypnotize them into believing the world is going to see them as biracial. When your children walk down the street, and I know you know this, so I'm not teaching you nothing. When your children walk down the street, nobody says there goes a half black child. There goes a black child.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how fair skin.
You get pulled over from the police.
Absolutely.
Get your black ass out the car.
Absolutely. But
get
again,
your mixed race ass out
going
the car.
back to the mission I see you having in your future.
Yeah.
As I said, with your children, y'all going to be able to do a lot to combat colorism, and y'all going to be able to do a lot to educate mixed race children on their African heritage. Because let's be honest, there's more of them than ever before.
Yes.
And most of them, because I know, because they come to me, even the adults, they feel isolated.
I bet.
So what if Nick Cannon and his children come out with a line of books?
Yeah.
You feel me? With mixed race characters where they go through the struggles of what it is to be black, having a not. You understand me?
Yeah, I like it.
Think about that,
that's
bro.
powerful.
That's you. That is you right there.
Yeah.
That is the new what was the Fat Albert? That's the new Fat Albert.
The Cosby Kids.
A whole with mixed race kids, and they go through the issues of race and things like that. Because one of the areas where I would constructively criticize our brothers and sisters in entertainment is I don't think y'all deal enough with the real issues that our children suffer with that I think y'all can introduce into y'all content and it not be offensive to no other group.
Yeah.
You said like that mixed race piece?
Yeah.
You can educate on that. Nobody gonna be offended by that.
Yeah,
That's exclusively a
real.
black. You see what I'm saying? So I just wish I would get more into that a little bit more.
Yeah, man. Well,
it can really help.
I think that's our prescription for the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I receive it, man. This has been a powerful
Yes, sir.
conversation. We felt, you know what I mean, we revealed, and I definitely feel like we healed. I mean, in that sense,
Yes, sir.
to where a lot of conversations, as you guys can see in the comments,
Yes.
are so much passion, but I believe we embrace it with compassion.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate your time. I appreciate your counsel. And you're truly one of our, as people, I say, our councilmen.
Yes, sir.
The people
Appreciate
that sit
that.
on a
Appreciate
council board that we look to, leaders in our community. And I tell you to keep going, keep leading, keep striding, and we gonna be here for you, man. And
Oh, man.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
this
Appreciate you,
opportunity
brother. Yes,
to
sir,
have this
man.
dialogue
Yes,
and
sir.
this discourse. Highest class of civilization, Dr. Umar Johnson
Yes, sir.
on Council Culture.
Oh boy.
We out, y'all.
Well, we got through that. So, Jesus Christ. Let's look at these comments real quick. I'm sorry. Marie says Nick is promoting pimping. Yeah, and it's kind of sad. That's why I say, I mean, when you look at this lifestyle, the way that they move, it's not good. Yeah, I mean, it's not good. The way he moves, like, it's Lynn says, "Oh, geez, I'm hypnotizing people all day long." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoo wee. It says this issue so self-aggrandizing. It's borderline sociopathy. Yeah. But like you said, we survived. We made it. Woohoo! Oh man, that was rough, guys. Ugh. And I just, like I said, I mean, I think that it's really interesting because, you know, people like Umar, they really in. I just want to show you that, like I said, just to show you that he's really like this. He's really like this. I hate. Oh man, I hate to do this to hate to do this to y'all, but I hate to do this to y'all, but I'm gonna show y'all. This guy is consistent. He's consistent. He's consistent. I'll give it to y'all. I'm gonna show you. Lynn says, laughing out loud. RJ says, honestly, my first time ever watching that got me through a bored day at work, man. Well, I'm glad we can help out because Umar is something else. It's something else. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Oh, let's check this out real quick.
I can't believe this is Ashley. Talk about a glow up. They have all the trending styles.
Let a TurboTax
Let's just watch.
full service expert do your taxes as soon as today.
Dr. Umar is one of the most controversial
All right, his comments real quick. Lynn says it's definitely shit stirring at its finest. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, like I said, he's really like that. He's serious. Marie says don't take either of them serious in this interview. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
figures in internet history. We pranked Dr. Umar into thinking I have a white girlfriend. We're gonna be taking some pictures so it looks like we've known each other for a long time, and then we're gonna plan an argument in front of him.
We had to look it up on Pinterest to find some inspiration, so we're gonna do that. Y'all know that couple post where you're like walking, like, and you're leading behind me, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
Now we're going over what role she should play. The plan is to tell Dr. Umar that I'm having relationship problems because my girlfriend wants an open relationship, but little does he know, when she gets out here, she's gonna be Caucasian, and I'm gonna have her say this to him.
What do you want her to say in this situation? When you say
I think Dr. Umar should join us one time.
Wow, this nigga's gonna get up and leave.
With only a few minutes left until Dr. Umar arrives, we had a full plan and we're ready to execute.
Dr. Umar in the flesh, man.
Honest mind, brother.
Pranking Umar Johnson, and I think they're inadvertently gonna reveal how racist this guy really
It is
is.
to me.
Likewise.
Man, how's life been for you?
Life been great. I can't complain. Always ready for revolution.
Hey man, I can never go a day without seeing you on the internet. So I mean that means you're doing something right. I want to go ahead and show you around my humble house real quick.
This is nice here.
Thank you so much. We got the city of Atlanta behind us.
Wow.
You play basketball at all?
Yeah, I wasn't good though. They made me play because I was tall.
Hey, we need to see at least one jump shot. Man. One.
One jump shot.
Just one jump shot. Come on now.
Oh,
We got to get at least one from you.
let me see here.
I already know what color it is. I don't know it's water.
I'm going to the foul line.
I heard you. Okay, we're gonna scoot it in a
They
bit.
got me on camera. They're gonna talk about it.
No.
Let me see. Ah.
Give him a break. The ball's flat.
Oh! I thought I hit it.
It's a girl's ball, but you all right. Water.
Oh!
He does. That's what we doing.
Yes!
Hey, now you hooping though. All right, let's go ahead and go through the crib real quick.
Man, oh man, what a blessing, what a moment. My brother, Dr. Umar.
Glad to be with
How you
Glad
doing,
to be
man?
with you. How's everything?
Man, everything's going great. I can't complain, man. Like I said, I can't go a day without seeing your content on the internet. So that means you're doing something good. Like honestly, like I'm trying to get like that, honestly. So I guess, just for the average viewer, can you tell people a little bit more about who you are?
Sure. Dr. Umar Ifatunde. I'm a certified school psychologist. I'm a doctor.
Yep.
Clinical psychology. I'm a therapist. I am a parent advocate. I am a Pan-Africanist, which is probably the most important hat that I wear. I'm author of 2 books, Psychoacademic Black Parent Advocate.
Where can we find it? Amazon?
Dr.
Look at him. This guy is a teacher. Well, this guy is doing all these things, all these achievements, all this, all these things that he's accomplished. And the most important thing to him is that he's a Pan-Africanist, his blackness. And this is what I mean when I talk about these kind of people. Like, they blackness rules them. It rules them. I'm like this. If I was to name 10 things about myself, blackness wouldn't even make it to the top 10.
UmarJohnson.com.
Okay, so he got his own website. Okay, my fault.
Private publisher, independent. And I'm currently working on finishing up an independent school, Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy, based in Wilmington, Delaware. We got a paint day coming up in about 2 weeks, and then we should almost be ready to apply for our inspection. Hopefully, we pass the inspection, and we'll have a grand opening celebration for the community sometime the end of the summer.
That's a beautiful thing. I open up a school. I always give any respect to someone open up a school because you're prioritizing the kids.
Yes, sir. And we're doing it independently. independently.
That's even harder. It's not public? Okay, wow. No, I like the stuff you do because it's about black excellence. And
Absolutely.
my group, like I said, not only are we the #1 content group in America, I mean the #1 black group, but #1 content group in general. Black, white, Hispanic. So we really are about black excellence, and that was one of the goals when we started this group. It's called AMP.
We about, maybe 5 or 6 million subscribers. That was one of the goals is, showing people, hey, you don't gotta be outside with the stick. You don't gotta be outside with the toolie. You don't gotta be outside.
AMP, ain't that Carson that in them? If anybody knows, is it AMP Carson that in them?
With the Draco, with the 9, with the 40, with the 50, with the 60, with the 70 cal. You can pick up a camera.
And excuse my countryness, you know what I mean? I saw somebody made a comment that talked about I sound ghetto. And yeah, I mean, yeah, guess what? In case you didn't know, there are a lot of black people that think I sound white. So, I mean, can't please everybody. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm country. I'm from St. Louis. That's how I talk. That's how we talk. Sorry. Lynn says, "Thank you, Jay. Race is not everything. We are all children of God." Yes. And I agree. I agree. Race is so insignificant. That's why I one day soon I'm gonna have this conversation where I want to talk about how if we just let's just imagine a world like where it's like we just Thanos snap. We just Thanos snap everybody and just say, you know what? No more race. Just no more race. And just let people figure out ways to segregate themselves. And it's just I would love to see that social experiment. I really would. I would really love to see that social experiment if we just took race away. You RJ says you do not sound ghetto, bro. That's a reach. Well, I am a little country sometimes, but I appreciate it though. You know what I mean? There's some people. That's what I'm saying. There's some people that tell me I talk like. There's black people that have told me I talk white. So I mean, it's just that was an interesting comment I got. I appreciate it though. Lynn says you don't sound ghetto. Thank you. I appreciate it. Really, I really try to, talk properly. So, seriously. RJ says I'm from PG. I'm from PG County, Maryland. I get the same thing, but also I'm military, so I tend to switch depending on who I talk to. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sorry. That makes sense, RJ. Thanks for your service too. Appreciate you. Um, that's, yeah, that's dope. Salute to you. But yeah, I mean that's how it's supposed to be. You just gotta, I mean, you know what I mean. But that's the culture we live in. Though I hate to say it. um, Maurice says, I believe black culture has become less bold and has fallen from so far up, and will break when we reach the bottom. You can't remold our minerals when we get there. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And the unfortunate part is people following Umar Johnson. I mean, Umar Johnson is profiting off of people being at the bottom. So people following him, but he's not gonna he's not gonna champion you for victory. And or champion you to be the best. Mm, uh, uh, Man says thanks for your service, RJ. RJ says, "Oh no, not me, my dad. He always told me to watch how I talk to older adults. Nowadays, it just sticks." Yeah, that makes sense. Were you saying your dad was in the military or not? I just want to be clear. Maurice says, "I love my people." And black lights are cool. Yeah, they are.
Camera and vlog. Yeah, you can get in the camera, you can get sturdy. You know, you could do 20 V1s and
Absolutely.
and tell women, hey, hit a 360 for me real quick, and like see if she's thick or not. Like, there's a lot of things you can do.
But we don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because we don't want to sexually exploit our women. One of the biggest problems that we have, your generation in particular, those younger than you, there's too much focus on the sexual objectification and exploitation of black women.
Okay, so that's fair, but what if she's actually like, now I'm being serious now. What if she's actually just so thick?
That's okay. I love my women 5'5" thick in the thighs.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, salute to him too. Well, salute to him. That's dope. For real. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I got a problem with that, Umar, because what are you talking about? A lot of these women sexually objectify themselves, if we really being honest. So people just put a camera on them, but women sexually objectify themselves. So why are you gonna have that same energy in condemning them for objectifying themselves? I was at the gas station yesterday, and guess what? There was nobody telling these girls. Well, yeah, it was Easter. It was Easter night, and I was at a gas station. And these girls were dancing and twerking out their car, right? Did nobody make them do that? Nobody was objectifying them. They were objectifying themselves. So, I mean, people like Umar Johnson can try to virtue signal and try to like, look, and I'm not with that ratchet stuff. I'm not with that whole, like, I don't care about, like, or prefer women that act that ratchet, like, have that ratchet behavior. But I'm not finna just sit here and pretend like, or blame the dudes for objectifying them when the women are objectifying themselves.
On with you being
Come on now.
attracted to a curvy queen. That's all I like. But we have to be careful that we don't go so far in our attraction, right? That lust is now being used as a way to lynch our sisters and create an atmosphere where they have been permanently objectified for their sexual attractiveness.
We gotta get into some of the hard-hitting questions now. Do you know what a gyat is?
I do not.
Okay, let me show you some examples. I'm gonna just think of a good example. I mean, like,
Tell me what it is, why you...
It's a gyat is like a woman with a big butt. So like, if you see
I'm
that,
looking at a white woman.
brother, come on, booty is booty now. Come on,
Real crazy.
come on, brother.
I'm looking at a white woman.
So okay,
sir.
come on, bro.
Hey, look, man, you fool yourself if you want to, man. There's some women out here that build like a brick. Fine as all get up too, man. Fool yourself. Fool yourself, Umar, if you want to. These, man. Whew. Boy, it's some, man, there's some beautiful white women out here. I'm just saying, body wise, natural body wise too. They just get up and take their ass to the gym. You know what I'm saying? They take their ass to the gym. They get on that treadmill. They get on that Stairmaster. They do them squats. And boy, oh boy, like, that's what I'm saying. Umar, you capping, bro.
So you can't see that and be
you
like,
better pull up some mixed race sisters.
Okay.
But you ain't giving me no snow bunny, no sir.
hey, she mixed with something, I think.
No.
So she's so you can't.
I'm not
I saw you
interested.
sneak a peek. I saw you sneak a
I'm not
peek.
interested.
Hey, now he's sneaking peek. I saw you. He said.
No disrespect to the Caucasian female.
Okay.
There's a lot of brothers who want them, like yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of them.
My biggest thing, and I've seen you talk about relationships time and time again. Like I said, I'm a Christian. I'm monogamous. And
Your partner.
Yes.
What is her race?
Come on, you know.
What is she?
You know I love my queens, brother. Come on now.
Is she black?
Brother, come on.
Is she black?
Come on, brother. You know how I feel.
Say she's black.
Brother, come on.
Why you?
Like we in an all
Say
black,
it.
we in a black content
That
house.
don't mean nothing.
We in the number one. Black.
You just push snow bunnyism like I've
No,
never
I didn't.
seen.
No, I didn't. But I'm gonna explain.
Is she a black woman?
Brother, come on. What, like, I'm not trying to just hand it. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, she definitely, okay. So the problem I'm having with my
In his mind, he automatically just gave this man some respect just because he with a black woman.
relationship is because she is very out there. You know, this generation is very, they like to go twerk in the club. They like to go be ratchet and stuff like that. So it's like, my girlfriend, I'm trying to sit here and build a long living Christian life. I'm a provider. You see this house. I mean, God is blessing me. God is blessing me. And it's like she is at the club shaking ass on her friends. Like she, you know, have you seen the Ice Spice pose?
I've heard that. Ice Spice. What is that?
Ice Spice? Okay, I get shut.
Wait, you said pose?
Yeah, it's a pose.
What is it?
I'm gonna just show you.
Need to see it. It's expert. What is it?
I mean, can turn it to him.
No, I'm not doing
You're not gonna do it? Okay, all right, okay.
Come on, man.
Okay, so
That type of part.
No, I know. But the Ice Spice pose, basically she's bending over. And my girl is, I take care of her. I get her Prada bags, I get her Chanel, and she's in the club. And the thing that pissed me off the most, and the reason why I'm like, okay, you know.
How long have y'all been together?
9 months.
Y'all been together 9 months.
Yeah.
Have you expressed your disagreement?
First of all, I just want to ask why this guy is asking Umar Johnson for relationship advice. I get that it's a troll and all that kind of stuff. I get that, but let's just imagine that it's not a troll. Why? Like, is Umar Johnson somebody that you would be asking relationship advice for? A man that's unmarried, potentially got a couple baby mamas pregnant. You know what I mean?
With her public behavior.
1,000%.
Has it changed at all?
Slightly, but it's taking a step back. Like she's not in the club weekly. But the thing that's throwing me off right now is 2 weeks ago, she with my friend, and like my friends can't hang out. My girlfriend and my friend can't hang out. And he wasn't with this, but she started doing the Ice Spice pose on him.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How can you, or why haven't you, being the proud Christian brother that you are, why haven't you given her an ultimatum?
Because I'm trying to save her. And I like I said, she's a big fan of.
Are you trying to save her, or are you addicted to that booty yourself?
Oh, brother, Dr. Umar, come on now. Come on, let's keep it.
Stay with what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you are as committed to your faith as you claim, how is it that you've spent almost a year with a woman who doesn't sound like she's the least bit interested in Jesus Christ?
She's very interested in Christ and everything. Everyone has their bad habits, and she was
That's
just
not a
outside.
habit,
Like,
brother.
she was
That's a
outside.
lifestyle.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Before we started dating, she was like definitely racking it up. She was going crazy in college.
Shout out to Maurice, future passport, bro. Maurice says, I don't want a woman that be putting herself out there. Me neither. I'm getting my passport and on my way to mix with a new tribe. I'm gonna be honest. I was so close to becoming a passport, bro. But I got more hope. I got hope for American women now again. I'm not even gonna lie. It's some dope women out here. Yeah, like real talk. It's dope. It's dope women out here. It's dope women out here. You got to deal with that Western mentality, but yeah, in general, it really is some dope women out here. That's not out there. That's not ratchet. You know what I mean? That's wholesome. They dope. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna take that away from them. I can't. I was this close to becoming a passport, bro. Though this close. RJ said, "Umar made me crack up." Like, okay, that's what I said, because he was like, the way he, and just the way he talked too. He said you was addicted to that booty too. It's funny. It's funny, but I mean, he does have a point though. He does have a point. He does have a point, because at the end of the day, I mean, as the man, you know what I mean, if you're not with that, I mean, why would you even put up with that? I mean, it's interesting point he made. RJ says America is my default, but I'm trying to get a second passport, not gonna lie. Yeah. I get it. I mean, like I said, I get it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but I do. I get it. But it's some dope. It's dope. It's dope American women. And so I just can't take that away from them. Sometimes the hard paths. Sometimes the hard path can have the greatest rewards. Sometimes.
But why are you attracted to that type of a woman? I want to deal with you more than her, because we can't.
She's a big fan of you, by the way, and
I appreciate my sister, and I'm gonna give her 40 lashes for doing the Ice Spice. But listen.
Okay. What do you mean by lashes? Is that
whoosh, whoosh, whipping post? Okay. Listen.
Okay.
Metaphorically, not
Yeah,
literally.
I know, we know. Well, cause like my girl, she has a percentage of black hair. Like I like, you know.
Wait, stop. Ninja, please. You just said my woman got a percentage of black.
100%. What'd you say?
Wait.
Wow, I let the milk. You put chocolate in the milk.
Wait. We gonna run that. We got to run this back. Cause you just slid something in on me.
Okay.
First of all,
Okay.
mixed race African is still African.
Yeah.
I believe in the one black parent rule. If you got
Marie says twerking in the club sounds like a bad sense behind different doors. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, look, in general, I agree. But I also do think that there's levels. I'm just saying, I do actually agree, but I think that it's levels. It's levels because there's a difference between the girl that's just doing like a little twerk something and then the girl that's, you know what I'm saying, that's half naked, that's basically having sex with the floor. You know what I mean? It's just so I mean, cause I mean, I mean, I get it.
one black parent and you psychologically identify as African, you one of us.
She 100% psychological.
But you said she has some black.
I don't know what the percentage is.
Well, we need to know what the percentage is.
As a matter of fact,
because if she got 1% black, she ain't black.
Baby, can you come in here? She's in the building today.
Okay.
I'm gonna introduce her.
What is her ethnicity? What's the other ethnicity? What is the mother is what and the father is what?
Okay, the reason I'm having a hard time is because I don't.
The general gives you a break when you need it most.
We finally get to take these things off.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby, how you doing? So nice to see you.
Hi, nice to meet
Good
you.
afternoon, likewise. No hugs, please.
Okay.
And then it comes right here. Is everything? Shot. You can come sit right here between us.
We having a conversation.
No,
How you?
come on, sit right here, man. Okay. Yeah. So, come on, we gotta get cozy now, brother. Come on.
No, go ahead.
So I was telling Umar, my issue with you is that you be in the club. You talked about, I don't even know what the term is, swapping or switching partners one time. Like, I just feel like you should be more loyal to me.
But I just feel like I'm more happy whenever I'm out there.
So, but you've said several times that I make you happy.
Yeah, you do make me happy. But I would be happier if we had an open relationship.
That's my problem with Umar.
I have a question, young lady. Your name?
Tori.
Pleased to meet you, Tori. What is your ethnicity, Tori?
I'm white.
Okay,
She had
and
a
what are
percentage of black hair.
hold on.
Yeah.
What are the if you don't mind me asking, your father's ethnicity and your mother's ethnicity?
My dad is, I think, European.
Italian,
I
Greek,
don't know. I think Polish.
Irish. Okay, maybe Polish. Your father and your mother is.
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
but definitely Caucasian.
But this is the
Okay.
thing, Umar. Look at my.
He said you had a percentage
look
of
at my
black
background.
in you.
Look at my background. I got this woman on my background. I'm willing to.
Have you ever done any DNA testing to ascertain if you had any African blood?
No, but
Okay.
my mom has. I just don't know what the results were.
Okay.
But there was African in
Okay.
there.
But your mother, if I saw her, would clearly appear to me as a Caucasian female.
Let's all sit
As
because
do
the
you.
shot's wide. Can we all get closer? Come, maybe can you scoot over?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine, Tori.
Okay. Yeah.
I would disagree with him being with you.
Whoa.
Not
He's so disgusted by white people. He say, "Woman, you can't even get near me." Yeah.
because I have an issue with you as a human being. I want you to understand. But because I have an issue with him as a black man who I feel should have chosen a sister out of loyalty to the community.
But she's like a sister.
So it's not a dismissal of you. You understand me? It's a loyalty to us that I think a lot of black men take him. He's a successful young brother, doing very well for himself, and instead of getting a sister, he gets a Caucasian woman. And that represents a significant contradiction for me as a Pan-Africanist and someone who is trying to build my people.
The most important thing to me is I want to get your advice because I think that you have a genuine understanding of relationships and people. I need her to stop swinging. She's trying to get us to start swinging. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term.
Swinging.
She can
Y'all being intimate with other people.
That's what she's doing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I'm completely against anything non-traditional. Okay. But I couldn't even give you the advice because I cannot approve of the relationship itself.
Brother, you can 100% give me advice.
Although I can respect this young lady.
Why did you think it was okay to twerk with my friend?
I felt like he wanted me to.
What in the fuck?
Don't curse at me.
I'm not using profanity. I'm not using profanity with you. I'm simply saying, if you think my close friend.
RJ says, nah, bro. Nah, bro. We can make an argument if they're biracial, but quadroon, octoroon, you're not black. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, on a baseline level, I mean, yeah, because if you're not black, then you can't be, you know what I mean? It's like you don't got a lot to kick it, but yeah, I just wish we could get to a day where it just don't matter. That's really what I wish. Like, do y'all remember that old Dr. Seuss that old Dr. Seuss short, the movie with the Nixes or whatever I don't remember what they were, but it was the creatures, right? And the creatures were on a little island. And then this guy came and he brought a machine, and that machine gave some of the creatures the ability to put stars on their stomach so that they could distinguish themselves, right? When they put the stars on their stomach, the people with the stars started acting superior to the people without the stars, right? So then the people without the stars ended up going to the guy to get their own stars. And when they got their stars, then the people with stars ended up going to the guy to get their stars removed, and it just became like a cycle. And this guy just making money and profiting off of this nonsense. And I think maybe if we eventually what happened was it was just mixed up. Everybody, some people had stars, some people didn't have stars. And eventually, like, I think if we maybe applied that concept to the real world, I think maybe we could move forward as a culture in the community.
I play basketball with, who I go to gym with every day. If you think putting my partner, who I'm trying to uplift as my queen, if you think rubbing your butt against him in the club is respectful, I think you're completely wrong. And I know you can agree with that.
But I don't agree with you. I feel like it was fine. We were just living in the moment.
And one word she always tries to use is insecure. She tries to say I'm insecure.
Because you are.
Let me interject.
Okay.
That is an issue that the two of you will need to discuss. I cannot lend any of my professional insight because I do not agree with interracial relationships.
But that's the problem. But it's not even just the relationship. It's just the fact that she's trying to fuck with other, like.
But you can mess with other girls.
And you're using the N-word. I'm not doing it. And you're using the N-word, which you should not be using at all, but you're using it in the presence of non-African people.
So you wouldn't be willing to join us?
Absolutely not.
What?
I only drink chocolate milk.
That's very disrespectful. And this is.
But you're just being insecure.
No,
now.
this is where I go. No, this is not okay. Why am I gonna provide for you? Why am I gonna provide for you?
Because at the end of the day, it's still just me and you.
Okay. Again, I'm gonna need y'all to table that, handle that on your own time, and we can get back to our conversation. Unless our conversation is over, because I don't agree with interracial relationships, so I don't even feel comfortable being a part of this three-way conversation.
I don't even like you using the word three-way around her, because she always getting ideas and shit.
It was nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I just feel like the conversation wasn't really done.
Oh no, I'm leaving. You better.
Why do you feel like it is?
Tori, you gotta excuse us. If you valued black women, you would keep searching until you found the one that you need. You don't value black women, you value white women. You are a bunny hopper.
Wow. That's so messed up. If you value black women, you would keep searching until you found one that would. And see, okay, I'm gonna give my opinion on this, right? Because even when we look at the earlier conversation with Nick Cannon and black successful men and their pursuit of interracial relationships, right? When you think about it, right? Has anybody ever thought that maybe they just like the way they treated when they deal with women of other races? Is that maybe possible? Is it maybe possible that maybe the same women? Now I can say this because, like, I'm not saying this to crap on black women. I'm not saying that because, look, that's not what I'm here to do. What I'm saying is, some of these guys who get into relationships with these women and they happen to be of a different race, they get treated differently. They get treated differently. And the way they get treated makes them happy. So why would you expect them to deprive themselves of their happiness just for a culture when in general the culture of women are not taught to even give you that level of femininity? That's what we don't understand. One thing that you can't take away from other cultures specifically, is that black culture is one of the main cultures in the world where women think it's okay to be men, or where women put themselves in a position to be like men. And so with that comes a lot of masculinity in their behavior. And when you dealing with somebody that's of a that when you dealing, I believe that when you're looking for a partner, you look for the best partner, right? So that means that you're not worried about finding a black woman. No, you worry about finding a feminine woman, and if she happens to be black, salute. But if she doesn't, guess what? More power to you, because like, people just don't understand. And maybe this is a topic for another day. But when you dealing with life and all that kind of stuff, certain things you don't want to have to deal with. You don't want to have to deal with this trauma. And I like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I just think, I think a lot of these men, they're not doing it because they hate black women. I think a lot of these men, they just like feminine women. They like how they're treated by these women. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Marie says they gave Umar a script in this interview, and see his reaction when she said she was twerking on his friend. Yeah, Umar is pretty notorious for his reactions. It was pretty funny. RJ says, I mean, I somewhat agree with Umar on that sense. But in reality, but it really depends on the person. If you like pizza, but the only thing near you is corn dog restaurants, you will make that drive to get that pizza. And I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. But by that same token, and that pizza restaurant is 1 hour away. Some people don't care and will make that drive. Yeah, and I agree. But okay, but now let's take a look at our culture, right? Like I was saying, if we have a culture where women are at odds, where there's enmity between men and women, right? And there's a conflict between men and women in general. Like, in general, yes, there are exceptions. It's not the mass, and I'm not even just talking about a vast majority. But there is conflict between men and women, and getting men and women on the same page in black culture specifically, right? So these men are expected to just go without. You're expecting these men to go without a partner, to go without a spouse, until they find this magical needle in a haystack. Because let's just be honest, a lot of women aren't following traditional values. A lot of men aren't following traditional values. So especially, you know, that the women aren't. And I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I get it. I just think that, yeah, I think that this conversation is worth exploring more.
I don't believe an African could have a Caucasian soulmate. And it's an insult against her that you're only with her for what she can do for you as it relates to your career.
I agree.
You on his dick? Goddamn! Get off his dick! God, leave.
Why though?
Huh?
Why?
Why what?
Why should I have to?
Get off. What you have to what?
Get off his dick.
That right there is disrespectful to me. That's disrespectful to me.
If he's down, I'm down. That's all I'm saying. Like.
I'm not into either interracial dating or non-traditional forms of sexual intimacy. I don't believe in twosomes, threesomes. I'm not into that. And I'm not into bunny hopping, so no thank you.
What if I change your mind?
No, let's stop. I'm gonna get her Uber. Please give me a second. I'm gonna get her Uber.
While Dr. Umar thinks I'm getting her Uber to leave, I'm actually talking to her about how this is the final time she's gonna have a chance to rizz this man up. I walked in first and told her to come out a few seconds afterwards so she could approach Dr. Umar.
Well, Hebrew Israelite.
Let's let it go, y'all.
Hebrew Israelite is different. Hebrew Israelite is different.
I just really feel like you would like to try something new.
No, I would not.
Stop it!
What do you mean?
Hebrew Israelite is different
I'm not talking to you.
because they are a black consciousness religious movement. You feel me? We're talking about traditional Christianity tends to be colorblind. And in being colorblind, he was raised.
RJ says white women aren't perfect either. Getting with a white girl won't solve all your problems. Yeah, and I agree, but that's why I didn't say a specific race. You know what I mean? That's why I said a feminine woman. It really doesn't matter whether the woman is white, Asian, black, you know what I mean, African. I said feminine women. You know what I mean? Most guys just want feminine women. And sometimes those white women, if we just being honest, they're more willing to put themselves out there and do things that a lot of black women aren't willing to do. Or if they are willing to do it, you have to go through a lot in order to get it. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying that like it's impossible to get. I'm just saying, and I'm definitely not saying that white women are perfect. I'm not saying that any women are women. You know what I mean? Like women are women. But I think that the focus, I think that the focus should be on, like I said, feminine women. Feminine women, or women with values that align with yours. Like in my case, like I said, slightly more traditional. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to find in the West unless you find a traditional woman. I'm sorry. RJ says it's women. There's no such thing as a perfect woman, but there's a perfect woman for most men. Right. And I agree with that. That's why I said it's like I don't think any race of women is better than the other. I just think that there are cultures of women that are more feminine than others, and I think that's the key. I want to make sure that it stays on that point, because it's about the femininity of a woman. If the woman is feminine and she feels because like femininity is so attractive. So I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather have an average feminine woman than to have a beautiful masculine woman. You know what I mean? So that's just me though. That's just me. I think that Umar is funny too, because you notice that when that white girl came, he got to standing up and everything.
Without any loyalty to the black community.
Plenty of loyalty.
And that's what allowed
at least 3%. She got at least 3% error. She got at least 3% error.
Yes, so that's not really going against what you've been saying then.
No. See, the problem here is you're trivializing a very serious problem in the black community.
Please tell me. Please tell me.
I think you're making mockery of the tragedy
What in the world? Mockery?
of black men not being loyal to black women. I think you're making a mockery of it.
Guys, shut the fuck up!
And see, I wouldn't expect her to understand because it's not her responsibility to.
And he's talking about that, and you wanna ask him to join us in bed.
Yes.
What type of whole shit is that?
You're calling me a hoe?
Yes, because you're asking to sleep with one of my guests.
So, I already told you what my views were before we ever got together. And you agreed and you stayed. So if he's interested, I'm interested.
Really not interested.
Are you sure?
Absolutely, Tori, thank you.
Positive?
No, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
You can't even look me in the eyes?
I'm absolutely positively sure. I don't want to
I
join.
feel like you're making some severe eye contact with my girl.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, you're making some eye contact with my girl.
I see the signs too.
No, chill out.
I see them
No,
too.
there's no signs.
I see the signs. I'm going with him.
You're going what?
Nah.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, I'm not interested in this story.
But you
And
love
he's been
me
excommunicated from the black.
Whoa, now. Whoa. I'm in the black.
Look at him. Whoa. Excommunicated from the black community. Oh my God. I've been excommunicated from the black community. Oh no. Oh, my black card.
Me still?
No, you're not.
Come on.
You've been excommunicated.
Stop it. Nah, it's big. No.
You've been excommunicated. Men who are not loyal to the black community.
People kill me with that. Like, so what? I can't come to your cookout. So what? Okay, forget it. Okay, thanks. I don't have to worry about getting shot. Thank you.
We kick him out.
He don't even want to give you a
He's
hug.
going to get some paperwork in the mail that lets him know we're snatching his melanin.
Whoa! No. I'm black.
In all honesty, Miss Tori, and let you know, I am absolutely not interested in being with you or any other Caucasian woman on any level.
Thank you. Please go. Dr. Umar, I want to thank you for coming on my show. Can I still get a handshake, or do you think I'm too much?
Nah, you.
Whoa! Come on.
I would pray for you.
I can't get a handshake no more?
I'll give you a pound.
Brother, come on. You can't give me a
I can't give you a handshake.
All right. You have a blessed day, Dr. Umar. Thank you. I appreciate you coming.
Oh, man, it was great.
Yeah, thank you. So we successfully had this woman rizz up Dr. Umar, and of course, he stood on business and respectfully declined multiple times. After this was over, I wanted to comfort Dr. Umar and let him know the truth about the situation. Hey, Brother Umar, I'm gonna go ahead and get it to myself. I want to thank you once again. I do want to tell you, I'm 100% joking. I did thoroughly enjoy the conversation. My only girlfriend is a black girlfriend. Of course, I'm pranking you. Hey, brother.
Both of y'all look fake.
Brother. no, he didn't. And we want to appreciate you for not taking it too serious, man. Being very lighthearted. So I appreciate it. I can't even get my fist bump still.
Negro, let me see.
Insane.
Oh, guys. Boy. Yeah. Marie says Gucci, Louis, Prada. Probably cotton. Yeah, but yeah, guys, I just thought that was interesting. I just wanted to have a little conversation because Umar Johnson is a character. He's really a character, and I thought, I think when we look at this interracial dating situation, I think that a lot can be there's a lot that we can unpack from that. So I mean, I'm definitely down to talk more about that. But on that note, we've been going for almost 3 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I just want to let you guys know I appreciate you for watching. Hope you guys just enjoyed the show. I mean, I enjoyed kicking it with you guys. I enjoyed hearing you guys' input. And like I said, you could be anywhere, but you was kicking it with. But you, I'm sorry, there you go. But you were kicking it with me, and I appreciate it. I thank you. Thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. I hope you guys are well, and signing out.